Now, my second point, let's dig a little bit deeper into the Caleb Williams situation. I hear a lot of people suddenly getting really down on Caleb. And I understand. I've kept it real about Caleb Williams all season, all last year. When he's played well, I said he's played well. When he's been trash, I said he's been trash. And he was trash last week. He was really close to trash Sunday. But the thing of it is that I'm not to the point with Caleb Williams where I feel like he is a bust or we're looking at a bust. Where I'm not at that place yet. Now, one thing I just saw Caleb Williams all 22 footage just dropped. I am going to be watching that. I didn't get a chance to see it yet. I believe it just dropped. It's dropped about an hour ago, so I actually missed that dropped. I will be watching that. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. So I love to get a chance to look at that because that's what really tells me how good or bad a quarterback played. If I can't see the whole field, if I can't see everything he saw, then I can't really say. I know some stuff, but the definitive breakdown of a quarterback play from a game is when you can see all 22. If you can't see all 22, you're really kind of not. You don't have everything that you need. I'm not at the point where I think he's a bust. I do believe he'll get it. I think he's more than likely going to get it towards the end of this season or the beginning of next season. I think things will start to fall into place a little bit more for him. But he is really struggling making the proper decisions. He's really struggling on when to give up on plays. The reason why I don't think he played as bad today, Sunday, as he did the Sunday before, and I do have to reserve my final judgment until after I watch all 22. The reason I don't think that is because I saw him making an effort to get rid of the ball in certain situations, to throw the ball away when there's nothing there. I saw him making an effort to do that. There's still some sort of disconnect there with him because he got called for, I think, a couple intentional grounding penalties. Those are obviously killers. And so there is an art to throwing the ball away that he doesn't necessarily have. I saw right after the Bears game, they switched immediately to the Jets Bengals in my area, right? And what I saw was one of the first plays that popped was Joe Flacco. Pressure's coming late in the game. He's trying to throw the ball away. What he does is he throws the ball high in the air in the direction of where one of his receivers are going. He throws it so high in the air, though, that it's going to go out of bounds. No one has a chance to catch it, but it's in the direction of the receiver, one of his receivers. So even though he clearly is throwing the ball out of bounds, throwing the ball away, it's sailing right over the direction of where one of his receivers are, and so it's not a grounding call. Caleb Williams has the arm strength and situations to make those kinds of throwaways and not put himself in danger of being called for grounding. That's there. And so I'm not sure why sometimes that's not the route he goes. I'm also not sure why he doesn't go the route of throwing it at a receiver's feet when he's trying to throw the ball away, especially at the feet of like a check down guy. That also works as a viable way to throw the ball away. Overall, he has to get more comfortable with giving up on a play. Sometimes you live to fight another day, but when you try to save things from the clutches of the fire all the time, you oftentimes end up putting yourself way behind the sticks or behind the sticks even more than you were. And so that's an issue. He also tries to fit balls in the super tight windows. It's almost like predetermined decisions. I'm going here with the ball. And it sometimes feels like he doesn't recognize that window is really, really small. And where we are on the field, can we afford for you to try to fit a ball into a tight window? Case in point, Saints game. This ball is not picked off, but the Bears are in the red. No, this was Commanders game. The Bears are in the Commanders red zone, and it is a really quick delivery. He gets the ball in his hands really quick, but the receiver's not open. There's two defenders right there in the space. It's not picked off. It's deflected in the air and goes down to the ground. But that was easily could have been an interception thrown in the red zone. Yesterday, here we are. the Ravens just pinned the Bears deep. They just ran a run play to with Cal Monunga, who could have bounced the ball outside. He didn't see it, but he jams it up the middle, gets the Bears a little bit of a breathing room, about 3 yards. The next play, Caleb Williams tries to thread a needle from his own 3-yard line. Clearly, if this ball is picked off, you give them fantastic field position, which is exactly what happened. Nate Wiggins picks the ball off, and now the Ravens score a touchdown that essentially broke our backs. It's that kind of decision making that he still does. It's those type of mistakes that he still makes in crucial situations in the game and in crucial parts of the field. That has to stop. And I believe that it will. I do. I believe that it will. But as of now, it is still an issue. And when the Bears don't force a ton of turnovers, when when the running game isn't so great that it supersedes everything else offensively, the weight goes on to Caleb's shoulders to help to engineer an effective offense. And more times than not, he has failed in that situation. And when he's able to do that, when he's able to take what the defense is giving him, taking checkdowns, not putting the ball in jeopardy in poor situations, not overutilizing his playmaking ability in the worst situations, that is when the Bears offense will take the next step.